We'll be this side. Now you gon' remember all them nights missed on.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The skyline of Orlando seen here during a gorgeous sunset. Quite a backdrop for our broadcast tonight. Hi everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. Hey Dave.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter. Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. And now Washington's starting group. We've got P. Goose out there with Dawson. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Hachimura in at small forward. And for Orlando, they've got Tracey Mcgrady. Aaron Gordon out there with B. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Fultz in at the 1. Two great pivot men tonight, Chris. The position has obviously changed over the last couple of years. If you were playing now, you think you'd be more of a 4 or a 5?
You know, Kevin, I think I'd be a 3. I played the 4 and 5 in the NBA when I played, and I think I'd be a 3. Right now, you get to shoot, you get to take guys out on the wing. Defensively, though, I'd have to make sure I call for some help because laterally, you got to be able to move out there with those guys. But I think definitely it'd be the 3, 4, and 5 the way the game is evolved.
And you can bring the ball up. I've seen you do it. I know you could do it in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you have a lot more opportunity to do it in this game, and that's not a criticism. It's actually, I love the way the game is played now. It's a lot less hand-checking, more space, and when you play with guys like I did from the Peja Stojakovic's and all the great shooters, the Tracy Murrays, those guys, it's that much easier to play in space because the defense has to honor those guys, and if they space out, that means you may just have a wide-open lane to the basket.
And the shot goes in. Austin's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
He had very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Fultz. And that one goes long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Love to see the defense exhibit some passion and protecting the rim right there.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block. And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon, still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Dawson gets the bucket. Dawson's got his third basket of the night.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Here's Mcgrady. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Now, here is Mcgrady. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. And it's blocked by Lewis. And even 3-on-3 break. Fires the 3. Samuels can't get it to go.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without foul.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. You gotta like what P has done in this game.
There should only be one thing they're talking about in this timeout. Trying to deny him the ball in the paint before he does any more damage.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. For Orlando, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. To the left side wing. Fires for 3. The shot by Quinn, no good.
Well well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Wizards shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And Chris, a very unique experience playing in the nation's capital. What was your time like with Washington?
Oh, I love D.C. Oh, I love Chocolate City. I mean, the surrounding areas of D.C. love the team as well. There's something special about playing in the capital.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9½", and that gives him a huge spear of injuries. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Quinn. It's tipped. Oh, and here comes Wall all alone. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Bamba passes to Vucevic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Vucevic. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Passes it to D. Here's Shorty. D. Vucevic defending. Tries from the block, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Here's Isaac, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Outside Hardaway, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch to end the quarter. And so it's the Washington Wizards with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense, and we'll be back with you shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Wizards leading by 6. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the matchup, Bamba is out there with Vucevic. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Quinn in at the 2. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there was some great first last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball." He will. Evan?
DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way.
Take a break. Take a
what
break.
he endured,
Two
and
shots.
his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
The first free throw is good. Orlando making some changes. Terrence Ross comes in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's Slim in for Hardaway. The Wizards also changing it up. Bryant comes in for Beal. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Shorty. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Bryant against Vucevic. Good work defensively by Bryant. Here's D. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Quinn. Defended by Bryant. Here is Slim. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first 2 shots tonight. Inside, Bryant. No good on that one. And Orlando the other way now. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Here's Quinn. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Ross with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And finally, someone scores.
Yeah, this is low output for both teams. This is ugly. The defense is having their way so far.
Now here's Wall. Shoots from 12. Bank shot. No good. And there's the pass to Isaac. It's stolen by Wall. Here's Bryant. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Here is Ross following the bucket by the Wizards. From 11 feet away, good on the shot. Ross has got 5.
They tailored their offense around him. Let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Wall passes to D. Back to Wall. Pass to Bryant. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. For Washington, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. So for the Wizards, B's checked in for Davis Bertans. P comes in for P, and it's Shorty in for John Wall. Both free throws good for Bryant.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
There's 49 seconds left in the first half. And it's blocked out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And Washington making a change. Dawson's checked in. Left side, Gordon. Shot clock at 5. Knocked loose. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. He's dropped in for deep. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And the basket by Gordon.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Shorty. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Dawson. Off target from outside. Hardaway dishes to Quinn. 2 on the clock. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. It's the Wizards up by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They lead by 5. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy. And then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Magic.
I think they let the game come to them. But they haven't got to the foul line enough. That's an area where they're getting beat. I like to see them press to action a little bit more.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You got to like what B has done in this game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those 2 guys come out.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Bradley Beal is out there with P. Then it's P. It's Goose. And it's Hachimura in at the 3. Here's Quinn. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 3 on 3. There's the 3. And that one's good. Hachimura. Hachimura's got the lead up to 13 now for the Wizards.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Knocks it loose. Beal with the steal. For the finish. And finished off by Beal.
Well, that's just the fast hands of Beal. You can't be careless around him. He'll strip you in a heartbeat.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
For the Wizards, Bertines, he's checked in for Dawson. P comes in for Hachimura. And John Wall subbed in for P. Ross against Wall. Stolen away. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Pass to P. This one for three. Rebound by the Magic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Bertines. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow. Isaac kicks to Quinn. 1:52 left in the third. They need this. Washington with the rebound. Lewis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dishes at the wall. Outside, Beal. Shoots from 12. And another miss by Washington.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Yeah, Kevin, and it didn't happen overnight, but it's clear that Bradley Beal is a franchise player. I mean, he's worked on his game year to year, and now he's a superstar.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Chris, with Beal, it's in large part due to how he has expanded his game, which means he now impacts the game more.
Yeah, well, Beal moves so much on both offense and defense. He's a very active player. He's never passive on the floor, and he looks for ways to inject himself into games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one comes. Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Hardaway comes in for Slim, and a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Ryan, he's checked in for Lewis. B comes in for Davis Bertans. D, he's checked in for John Wall. And it's Shorty in for Bradley Beal. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 1:11 left here in the third quarter. Here's Shorty. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's B. Connects on the foul line jumper. And the Wizards lead by 15.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with the comfortable move.
Now the Wizards with it. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Stolen by Bamba. And now Orlando on the break. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Here's Shorty. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Got a piece of it.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Passes to Ross. A 3-ball. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Washington out in front, ending the third quarter on a 12-4 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got B, Mr. Clutch out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Fultz in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's B. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris. The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam? You did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk. Like you would roast it over the Johnson back in the day. Oh my goodness, off the two. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, straight body to body. Just give me something. Give me something.
And he makes the first. Tracey Mcgrady's checked in for Hardaway. And a change for the Wizards. Hachimura, he's checked in for D. That one falls, so he hits both of them. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And here's Fultz, picked off in midair. Here's Dawson, unloads, nice jump shot, good.
Assist point, awesome.
And so here's Orlando. It's a 13-point game. In the corner, it's Gordon. He kicks the Fultz. Over Wale. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. From the Wizards, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Here's the pass to Hachimura. Pass to Samuel. Just 4 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. So it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. Slimy's checked in for Orlando. Lewis checked in for Washington. John Wall comes in for Shorty. From deep three-point range, a nice shot by Wall. Wall's got his first 3 points of the game.
We've talked about it. That's going to be Wall's next step. More consistency from beyond the arc.
Mcgrady, right side. Throws it up high. Stolen by Lewis. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Samuels. No good on the triple. The Magic trail by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Wizards.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man, gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for P.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Yeah, easy call.
That's the line. Shooting 2. Win.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for B. Bamba comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Tracey Mcgrady. Then for the Wizards, Mahimi's checked in for Lewis. Bryant comes in for Dawson. And Bradley Beal subbed in for P. And he makes both free throws. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Who got Beal?
Outside, Wall. Pass to Hachimura. Five to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Can't hit that one. And Orlando will come the other way. Slim passes to Vucevic. Over Wall. Vucevic with the bucket.
And even if the team has an impact, I mean, there's no way he's blocking that shot. He's giving up too much size.
And Washington can just let the clock run down here. Beal taking his time here. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots of myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.